Homer, seeing that his credit card points were about to expire, rushed upstairs in a panic. He dragged the kids on a sudden overnight trip, declaring they would drive at 80 kilometers per hour for 14 hours straight, just to enjoy one free night at a motel before the points ran out. After a long journey, the family arrived at a spectacular waterfall. On the other side was Canada. Tourists could use a special telescope to observe water molecules, which prompted Bart and Lisa to compete in applying their physics knowledge in real life. They engaged in a bouncing battle. Lisa tried to outsmart Bart theoretically, but overlooked the uneven terrain. One wrong step, and she fell straight into the waterfall. With cries of, "Oh my God," she was swept over to the Canadian side. Luckily, Canadian rescue teams quickly arrived and took her to the hospital. The doctor informed Homer that the medical care was free. Lisa, surprised, couldn't help but criticize the U.S. healthcare system and the president, which impressed the Canadian police. They even invited her to stay and live there. But Marge insisted that, aside from baby Maggie, she couldn't leave any of her children behind. Although the whole family was temporarily deported back to the U.S., Lisa ended up staying in a Canadian host family. Determined to get her daughter back, Marge secretly sneaked back into Canada. After much effort, she found Lisa, only to be rejected by her. Lisa had already adapted to her new life. However, a teacher listed off a long series of Canada's flaws, which finally shook her resolve. Because Maggie had entered Canada illegally, they couldn't return to the U.S. through official channels. The whole family had to wait until the river froze and attempt to cross the border using a sled. Unfortunately, the ice broke halfway, and the sled driver abandoned them. Just when it seemed Marge and Lisa were in danger, Homer drove his car into the frozen river and rescued them. However, the family was now stuck in the middle of the ice. With no other choice, they made a desperate dash toward the U.S. shore. Fortunately, they managed to escape safely in the end.